Brett.
Yeah.
Why are the moon and the sun the same size?
They're not, Dave.
When we look at them,
Yeah. It's actually a fascinating aspect of perspective here on Earth. Is that from the perspective of Earth, they are in the sky at such different distances that they appear from an observer on Earth to be the exact same size, which in and of itself is a cosmic sort of miracle, statistically speaking. Because that gives us the chance for like full solar eclipses that have the corona ring around them. You know, if the moon was way bigger in the sky than the sun, it would totally block it out. And if it was way smaller, we wouldn't even be able to have things like solar eclipses. So,
damn it, you knew the answer. Yeah, because that was one of those things that I thought too, or you don't even think about it that much. You're like, yeah, I mean, look, they're not the same size, but they're away, and things look smaller and things look larger. But it's like, but why are they close? Why doesn't one? It is no. It's not only just crazy. It's like almost proof that this is like a simulation.
Yeah.
Because of and people throw out the idea that if we're gonna have a chance of seeing aliens, it's maybe during the eclipses. Solely because those aliens would be like, dude, there's this fucking 1 in a billion thing here. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, the 1 in a billion thing you would only know from... Well, I guess you could figure it out mathematically, I guess, from a distance, but you'd really only know from the perspective of Earth. You couldn't be like an outside third-party observer looking in on our solar system and necessarily coming to that conclusion.
They're aliens, dude.
That's true. They're probably really smart.
You don't know what they have. They're
probably super smart and stuff.
They probably have ChatGPT, dude, that can help them out. No, I always thought that was crazy, though, because you just think, again, you don't think about the insane cosmic miracle it is that it just does this weird little thing, that there's an eclipse at all.
Yeah, I have this, like, theory. I mean, it's not my theory,
I bet you do.
It's something that is, it's kind of like haunting, kind of, is like a mixture of the simulation theory plus the Fermi paradox, which is like...
You're just using all the words.
Well, I feel like it's crazy to think of an infinite or a near infinite cosmos of mostly dead stuff, right? If what we know about the universe is real, even if there is life out there somewhere, it is fucking super rare, and that means like 90, 95, 99% of the just raw material of the universe is just like dead, dead inorganic stuff with no observers and nobody to experience it. Entire solar systems... planets revolving around suns for billions of years, and there's not a single experience within that solar system or a single perspective from which to experience that. And it kind of seems like, well, one, it feels like, okay, if that's the case, then we really aren't special. Like, this universe is not made for us, right? All this stuff, and like once in a blue moon, you get something wiggling around on it that opens its eyes and becomes a conscious experiencer of it. But it feels like a total waste of raw material if the goal or the telos of the universe is to create conscious life. But it's also kind of like just scary in that sense of this, like, oh, this is really just, this universe could have existed without any conscious observers whatsoever.
Basically, I'd rather, I could take it or leave it.
But this is a truncated simulation theory. Actually, only the solar system is real, right? Everything outside of the solar system is a simulation, knowing that we can never actually, in any reasonable way, go out and explore those things, those places, right? We can't go to different solar systems, much less other galaxies. So if you were simulating a universe, you wouldn't want to run all the gigabytes it would take to reproduce the actual reality of outer space. You just want to give the facade of it. So from all of our technological, capabilities to try to peer out into the universe, it looks real. It looks like there's galaxies, and it looks like we might live in an infinite universe, but that's actually the simulation wall, right? Or that is put into the simulation, so it appears to us as if that's the case, but actually those things don't really exist. The only thing that exists is our little solar system, and then you get into the idea of like a creator, or at least the simulators that created the simulation, and so then that would put us back into a specifically important part,
So it's basically a green screen.
Yeah, like a Truman Show type of thing. Know? The sky, eventually he goes to this edge of the sky and walks through a door in the sky. You remember the Truman Show? Yes. It would kind of be like that.
We're starting it in space again.
We're in space again.
Yeah.